Hey guys, I wanted to share a quick and easy, convenient, kid-proof recipe with you this morning. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I shared with you also is planning and prepping. This has been key in my success on my weight loss and fitness journey. Just finding ways to make eating healthy more convenient, because I was the one going through the line at McDonald's for French fries because it was quick and it was easy, and it was just not a good habit to keep up. So when I realized that there was this thing out there called planning and prepping for your week, I was like, it was a 360 for me, you guys. It was so much easier in my schedule to make that happen and stay on track with my nutrition. So for Judson and I, we usually eat the same thing for lunch. It's usually a salad. Those are staple ingredients we have in our refrigerator. Same thing with breakfast. I have my Shakeology after my workout. He will grab coffee, a piece of toast with avocado, and head out the door. So those two meals we don't really have to think about. But for dinner, we do. And it's just the two of us eating dinner. My 11-month-old does not eat the same thing we eat. So for the two of us, we don't need 7 meals planned out for dinner. We're just not going to eat that much food, and we're going to have leftovers with every meal. So for us, we might plan 3 to 4 meals for dinner. Once you shop for those meals and you know what ingredients go with what meal, that's when you really want to take the time to prep. You're going to have to put in some time beforehand, but that's what makes it convenient on the nights that it's not so convenient to cook. So if you think about your week and plan it out and think, what nights is your whole family going to be together to have meals? And then think about all of the activities throughout the week. If you've got kids who are in after school sports, if you have kids who, they're in school so they have homework, it's bath nights, it's, the weather's getting nice. So you want to go for walks and you want to be outside, you want to be enjoying your time with your family. You don't necessarily want to be behind the stove. So take the time when you have it to go ahead and prep for your meals to make the meals convenient during your busy work week. The meal that I want to share with you today is actually from the Fixate cookbook, and this goes with the 21-day Fix nutrition plan, if you are familiar with that. If you're not, drop a comment below and I'll be happy to share it with you. And you can buy these cookbooks without getting the program, so that's also nice. Okay, so this one is called Vegetable Egg Cups, and I actually have been making these since college because a girlfriend of mine showed me this crazy trick that I had no clue about. So essentially you get a muffin pan and you get your eggs, as many as you need per person in your house. I usually do 2 eggs as a serving. Whip up your eggs like you normally would to scramble them. And then the cool part is you take whatever veggies you want to put in it. Maybe you want to put sausage in it. Awesome. You can put sausage in it. And the way to prep for that is simply cook up your sausage, right, beforehand, put it in a container and store it in your refrigerator. So all you have to do is, when you're ready to make these egg cups, is you just sprinkle in your sausage. You don't have to cook anything. Cut up your veggies. So this recipe calls for specific ingredients: some mushrooms, bell peppers, green onions, and some homemade salsa, which is really delicious. But you can throw anything in here. So I've got mushrooms, I've got an assortment of peppers, and some of those I'm going to actually use for kebabs, so I'm not going to use the entire bunch. And then I get the little grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes because it's less juicy. And they go really well in the cups. So what you would do if you knew that you were going to be making this recipe for breakfast, maybe throughout the school day or school week, or even on the weekend, you can go ahead and prep. Wash and cut your mushrooms, wash and cut your peppers, wash and cut your tomatoes. Store them so that they stay good. You're not going to want to put the mushrooms with the tomatoes because they're going to get soggy and mushy and gross. Store them, and then the morning that you're ready to make this, It takes no time because you've got everything all ready to throw together. You mix up your eggs, you pour the egg into the muffin cups, and then you sprinkle in whatever veggies or meats that you want. And the way that this is really good for your kids is, I don't know how many kids really like onions. So you don't have to put onions in theirs. And they can be a part of the experience. They can pull right up beside you and, put in tomatoes, cheese, sausage, whatever they want in their eggs. It's kind of like an omelet. So that is just a really neat way to involve your kids, make a meal that is healthy and clean, and also have it all ready to go so that you're not stressed about what the kids are going to eat for breakfast or how you're going to make sure that they've got the nutrition they need before they head off to school or anything else. It's all prepped, it's planned, it's ready to go, and the kids can get involved. Now, if you have kids that don't eat eggs, this is not the video for you. But you can do this with pancakes, set up your pancake bar for your kids. Maybe they like strawberries or blueberries, or maybe they like the chocolate chips. So make it fun for your kids to get involved in your breakfast ideas, and Google clean recipes for breakfast. That is huge. Pinterest has a huge selection of healthier ways to make pancakes and waffles. A ton of egg ideas. You just want to plan ahead and prep ahead so that on those mornings where it's crazy, you don't have to put a lot of thought or effort into it. You can just throw things together and be ready to go. This recipe is so good, and the total time it takes is like nothing. You bake this for like 15 minutes. So the prep is already done. You whip it together, toss in your stuff. Your kids come down after they've brushed their teeth, maybe sprinkle in with their toppings, and go back up to get dressed and ready for their day. By the time they come down and are ready to go out the door, they have a perfect little egg muffin cup that they can eat and be ready to go. So I hope that was helpful and not too rambly. I'm going to go ahead and start prepping for my kebabs tonight, and I will be talking to you later. Peace out.